What's happening, Hot Wheelers? Joe Motor back with you here. Time for another Crackin Yack, where we just sort of crack open some cars and yak about diecast and other things going on. My big mother here wanted to say hello. There she is. She's the crazy modified lowrider, crazy big old Mercury thing. Very interesting model. I've shown this in a previous video, but she just wanted to say hi, along with Mad Marge. Came by to say hello as well, but they're off. Also have a little Mach 1 here from the Classic series. We're going to talk about that in a minute. And first we're going to crack these two little guys. I've been wanting to crack these for a while. Got a piece from 2011, which is the Volkswagen Brasilia, which is a very neat model. I've got two of these on short card, and this one is on kind of a bent up card, and you know what that means. But this is a really awesome model. I don't see it that often. It'd be really cool if they put it in one of the premium lines. Painted taillights, looky there. And here's the back, just in case you're interested. 2011 new model, but I don't remember seeing it in a different colorway. I'm sure there was a different colorway. I'm surprised they didn't bring it out for the soccer car thing, but we're cracking it. Really like these more unique castings. Here's our taillights, and it actually says Brasilia on the back there, if you can see that above the right taillight. We also have a roll cage and a tan interior. I don't know if there was a variation without the roll cage, but look at that interior. You get all the console there, texture in the seating. Pretty interesting detail for a basic Hot Wheels, and I really like this sort of etched motif on the back. Love that front end. It almost looks like a Beamer. But this could make a really cool, they're coming out with the Heritage Series, so this could make a really cool Heritage Series car. Hint, hint. Dual exhaust on the back. Here's the base. But I don't think they've ever made a metal-on-metal version of this Brasilia, but correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But this would be a beautiful piece to do a premium casting with. Look at all that texture in there. That is awesome. Awesome stuff. I'm going to try to stop saying awesome all the time. I know that, our vocabulary should go beyond just saying that, but sometimes you just can't help it. Sometimes something's just awesome. Alright, so there's that. I think that's an awesome casting. Don't you? There's really no other word to describe it. But it's cute, it's neat, it's really cool to have if you were, darting around Brazil or any big city, really. Little two-door wagon there. I think it's almost as cool as the Datsun wagon myself. So that's all I'll say. Nice. Okay, other piece we're going to crack is the Mazda RX7 2012 new model. This one has been out in a few different colorways. I think this came out in a black, obviously, a blue, and then we saw it last year as a treasure hunt, and it came out in red as well. So here's the back, in case you're wondering. I found a few of these over the summer vacation, and Petty Blue 43 sent me one with a wheel swap on it. I don't think I have it out right now, but never cracked open a mainline, so we're cracking it. And of course, I love the JDM cars. Mazda. I had a Mazda once. It wasn't as sexy as an RX-7, but it was a 626. Your basic sedan from Mazda, but so I still go with the RX-7 here. Pretty awesome. God, I'm gonna quit saying awesome. I think there should be a buzzer every time I say that. This one does have the roll cage. Look at that interior in there. Boy, we're getting some good interior highlights today. My light must be set up right. Should take some notes. There's NGK spark plugs. Legends, Hot Wheels. I like it. No painted taillights though. Cool. Very nice. Two nice main lines. I really appreciate a well done main line. I'm kind of getting to the point where I don't collect main lines. I've put a lot of my main lines in boxes that I didn't have in jammers because I'm running out of room. I'm really, I'm a loose collector, and for the most part, and so I'm running out of loose room, and so a lot of my main lines I'm just kind of putting in a box for, I don't know what for, but Alright, so let's move on to this Ford Mustang Mach 1 from the Cool Classic series. Now I picked this one up, I think, at a Toys R Us. They just had a few left. And I found this and then the pink Copo, and I'm sending off the Copo because I've got one already, but this one I did not have. And we talked about the Cool Classics a few videos ago, and about them coming to an end, and in the meantime the case code J, pardon me while I move this over, came out, and I forgot to bring my carded version out. I may have to go get it, but you can get the idea. This is the only piece in the J case, or you know, the last assortment of Cool Classics that I cared for. This Galaxie. I love this Galaxie casting. This appeared in the Vintage Racing, the Stock Car series. It's a really cool, just big boxy casting, and I just love these Tampo decal decos on the side. Couldn't get any better than that for your Vintage Racing Tampos. Far Out Galaxie. Beautiful stuff. And I think the retro slots actually work really well on this car. I kind of got sick of the retro slots. Look how clear the Hot Wheels logo is. Beautifully clear on that piece. And I was kind of getting sick of the Cool Classics too, but I have a feeling people are going to have some nostalgia about them as the years go by. We may see that Spectrafrost paint come out again because it really is cool. But this is probably one of my favorite Cool Classics of the whole release. And I got one carded and I got one loose. There's a couple Cool Classics I never grabbed. One of them was that blue Firebird, the blue Firebird that came, I don't remember which case code. So if anybody's got an extra one of those and wants to trade a carded Galaxie, I've got the carded Galaxie here somewhere. And I think there's a green Pontiac Firebird as well, like a later Firebird, but that blue Trans Am, something I would definitely want to trade for. Anyway, but you know, Cool Classic store, we're going to see the Heritage line come up soon. This one is the red card. They'd alternated their cards, but it wasn't really that big of a deal. So I'm just going to go ahead and crack this. Mach 1 is becoming one of my favorite castings. I really haven't been historically a Mustang guy until I went to a hot rod shop over vacation and saw a really awesome Mach 1, and then I've really just kind of been a fan of Mach 1s ever since. Sort of the boss Mach 1 look, but really cool casting here with that Spectrafrost. So the retro slots look pretty good on this too. Got some interior detail. And then the Mach 1 looks like crazy great mini blinds or something in the back there that kind of distinguishes the Mach 1 look. And the spoiler, of course, which is all metal. And that is opposed to the other Mach 1 I'm about to show you. There's the front grille there. Beautiful. Lots of nice details on the Cool Classics. Lots of nice contours, paint, and design. And I think they were probably underrated for the good castings. Some of the bad castings are still hanging around on the pegs. That straight pipes, my goodness, there's about 20 of those hanging on the pegs right now. Here's the one on the right from the Classics series. Alright, so I should get the carded one out and show you. I'm going to do that. Hold on just a second. Okay, had to stop a minute and go get these carded just because for the sake of archive and posterity here, I wanted you to see the difference in case, you know, if you're a new collector, if you just haven't checked into this that much. So the Cool Classics were kind of a different way of doing this Classic series, which came out I think in 2010. Oh gosh, it says 2005, so much earlier. So mid 2000s was the Hot Wheels Classic series, and as you can see, a lot of these had. This is another Mach 1 that I haven't cracked yet, but this is in a dark kind of slate blue. I'm gonna have to crack this eventually. Anyway, it's they have the Spectraflame paint, and the thing about the Classics is that they came in all kinds of different colorways. So there were several different releases, several different colorways of each car. I think there were some chase versions of each of the cars. Lots of special sets of Classics. So the Classics lasted for a while, and they came out in a lot of different variations. Okay, The Cool Classics, on the other hand, as you can see the similarity in the card art here. Hot original classics, and then the Cool Classics in blue over here. These only came out in one colorway. You didn't have a Far Out Galaxie in blue and then a Far Out Galaxie in pink. You just had one colorway. Those are the biggest differences between the two. So Cool Classics, I think, will become a lot more rare because there are not as many of them. There weren't as many variations, there weren't as many releases. The Classics are pretty easy to get a hold of. They're nice castings. They had different types of wheels, whereas all the Cool Classics had the retro slots no matter what. But some of the Classics models had different wheels. So there's lots of variations, lots of differences in the first Classics releases, and then in the Cool Classics everything was much more regimented, and you only got one color of the Mach 1 in Cool Classics. So I don't know, what do you guys think? I kind of like the exclusiveness of one color, one casting in the way that they did it in the Cool Classics. But I just wanted to show you really quick the difference before I may eventually crack these or trade one of these. So just in case you haven't looked into this yet, you can see the difference there. So those are the main differences. There's the back, just in case you're interested. You can pause that and try to read it if you want to. Put that aside. So anyway, I just wanted to put these two Mustangs side by side so you could kind of really get a good look at the differences between Spectrafrost and Spectraflame. Why not? We're here. Let's check it out. And it's a similar color. It's not exactly the same. This is kind of a bronzy gold color, and this is more of an amberish orange. But pretty similar. But you can see here the hood is different on the Classic. I think it is metal. It's just painted. But everything else is exactly the same. So it is the exact same casting, but there is one difference, which I'll show you in a second. That front grille looks like a different piece, doesn't it? This Cool Classics looks like they did a better sculpting of the grille. And then go on to the side here. See if I can get it side by side so you can take a look. Both of them pretty similar. I really love the printed tires though. That just gives it a meaner race car kind of look. And then on the Classics version, see if we can get it, there you go. It says Jones, Mach 1, little tampos there. And on the Cool Classics you just have the 351. But you can see how kind of classy and smooth those Cool Classics were. That Spectrafrost paint just had a little bit of a matte finish but the glossiness is kind of underneath the coat. It's kind of a cool process. I don't think that's the last we're going to see of Spectrafrost. Alright, here's the biggest difference. It is the spoiler. And you can see in the Classics version the rear piece, and then Race Crews has talked about this too, but the rear piece here with the window to the spoiler is all plastic. There's the Hot Wheels logo there, and look, this is Greg's chassis. So you got one piece there, and then on the Cool Classic they did the window piece in plastic, but the rest of the casting is all metal. It's all part of the body. So you can kind of see the differences there as well. And again, this is just one casting. We could probably pick out a couple of castings from Cool Classics, find something to compare it with in the Classics, because there were so many different variations. But it's just an idea for you if you've got some Classics, and get them out and compare them, see if there's any big differences. So that's that. I still have 3 more cars to crack. This may drag on, but I wanted to show you those two just because I think it's cool. So I'm going to take a pause here and come back in a part 2. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.